Welcome back to Inside South Florida. If there's an issue that's bothering you and you want the Tallahassee lawmakers to hear all about it, well, here is your chance for your voice to be heard. Here is Kelly Skidmore, the executive director of Broward Days, to tell you how you can make a difference. Kelly, so good to see you. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you. We're happy to have you. Okay, Broward Days. What's it all about?
Broward Days is a great organization that's been around in Broward County for about 20 years or so. It's an independent, nonpartisan advocacy organization that takes issues that are important to the residents of Broward County and makes sure that our state leaders in Tallahassee are aware of them, whether that's a Medicaid issue, a transportation issue, or a funding issue. And we go once a year for a multi-day forum up in Tallahassee, and we bring those issues in front of the leaders who are making decisions about these issues that are important to us.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about this process. I want to jump in quickly because we have maybe half of our viewership in Dade County going, what about us right now? But we don't want them to feel left out because they can participate in this as well, right?
Absolutely, because the issues that affect people who live in Broward County affect people who live all over the state of Florida. And we have a dozen different issue teams who work on issues that are important to everyone. So we welcome our neighboring counties. Obviously, the louder the voice is, the more you get heard, and so there is definitely power in numbers when you go to Tallahassee and you speak about an issue that's important. And you know, South Florida is kind of a metropolis of counties, so we really don't put the border up around Broward County. We welcome all comers.
You'll take them all. Yeah.
We'll take them all.
So who are some of the people that do participate, that should participate? Who are you looking for?
We are looking for large corporations, small businesses, local governments, agency CEOs, an advocate for a parent who has a child with a disability. Every single level of state government impacts our lives. And so we're looking for people who have been in a place where they have experienced something and, you know, that kind of there ought to be a law attitude. We were looking for all of those people. Or regulatory issues, not necessarily things that are in statute, but just the way the process of something is happening for a business person. We want all of those people on board with us to make sure, don't forget, we have a citizen legislature. They come from all walks of life. They only know what their personal experience has been. So if you go and you talk to a doctor, he's not going to know what it means to have a child with a disability or what it means to be disabled and have to ride public transportation. These are the kinds of people from all walks of life who we want to join with us.
So how many issues can you bring? If you get from this show, you get 100 phone calls, right? Let's just say, and there are 100 different issues. Do all 100 people come with you and you talk about all of them, or do you pick and choose? How does that work?
So this year, in 2015, we had 178 people who participated in Broward Days. We kind of are broken up into specific issue teams. So we'll have healthcare, we'll have education. Education is probably two, K through 12, and then higher education. So the issue teams get together throughout the year. This is where the broadest participation is in Broward Days. Hundreds and hundreds of people are on our issue teams. And they get together because they have experience, they have knowledge, they have expertise about specific area. And that team of people identifies the priorities that are happening right now, whether it's something the legislature is about to do, whether it's something the legislature should do, whether it's a funding issue. For example, the governor vetoed a lot of money for adults with disabilities funding. It went from $10 million to I think 750,000.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because of maybe he didn't know how big of an impact those dollars were making. Right. We want to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to talk to him and make sure he knows what those dollars do for our community.
Give me an example of how you guys have affected change.
We had Senator Negron is a very well-known and powerful person in Tallahassee, and he was invited to participate with us in an event in Broward County, and we had some of our prominent leaders talk with him about beach renourishment and climate change. And that one conversation made Senator Negron aware of an issue that he just hadn't been made aware of before. Even though he represents, just north of Palm Beach County, it's just not something that had been really heavily presented to him. So when he went back during the legislative session following that meeting, he worked really hard. He remembered the meeting that we had, the leaders who came and said, this is important. This isn't important so, John and Mary can go to the beach. Think about Fort Lauderdale and all the businesses that are impacted if we don't protect this treasure that is, an economic driver for us.
And if people want to get involved, now they're inspired. You just gave your little pep talk. People are fired up. How can they do that?
Well, visit our website. It's browarddays.com. Join an issue team. There's an application process, but it's very easy. Get involved. Give me a call, 954-892-1901, and let's have a conversation.
Does it cost any money to get involved?
It does not, unless you would like to be a sponsor. It's free for anyone who would like to participate. Come to our events. We are sponsorship driven, so we look for those opportunities for sponsors to help us continue our message from $500 to $20,000. It's a really good organization that uses the dollars wisely, and we appreciate everyone's participation that way too.
Well, great. Go make change.
All right.
Go make stuff happen. Good to see you, Kelly, and
Very nice
good
to see
luck,
you.
and we'll see you again.
All right, thanks.
You got it. All right.